Hello, hello. Bienvenue. A new episode of Emily in Montreal, the thrilling series where we just look at pictures I took and talk about them for a long time. This one has audio. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Yeah, hopefully I won't make that disaster again. Anyways, these pictures go back, I guess, 3 days ago now. I went out for another walk. It was a lovely day. Very cold outside, but sunny and bright. My mission that morning was to buy boots. I had worn some sneakers here because I didn't have a pair of boots anymore. And the sneakers did not hold up so well in the snows of Montreal. So I really should have done this sooner, but I set out very focused to find and buy some boots. But just lovely shots of the neighborhoods I was walking through. They're all about these outside staircase walk-up townhouses. Saw some good graffiti calling out Sophia Nolan. Don't know what this means. Canard sexiste. This one I know. It's a very rude word. I thought these were really funny. I like that someone else came along with spray paint and tried to like cross it off and put hearts. A message of compassion for Sophia Nolan. This I thought was interesting. There's this store in Toronto called Sarah and Tom that has like bootleg anime merch and a bunch of K-pop merch, also probably bootleg. And I thought that was just kind of like a weird one-off little boutique in Toronto, but here's another one in Montreal. I didn't go in. I wasn't allowing myself to go into any stores that couldn't possibly sell me boots. I was not going to get distracted until my mission was complete. But I might check it out later. Even though, you know, it's 90% bootleg stuff, sometimes it's good quality bootlegs and pretty cheap since they're bootlegs. But yeah, never ever would have guessed that that was a chain. This is some graffiti I saw. I think this is the signature for the larger tag, which I also took a picture of, but it's KK. Like from Baba! My friend has been playing hella Baba lately, so I had Baba on the mind. Here's the full graffiti. It looks pretty cool. Again, I'm always wondering, like, when it's this elaborate and this huge, surely this is condoned and perhaps even commissioned by the building owners, right? This is essentially just kind of like a public mural, but you know, that's fine too. I think there's space for both the guerrilla graffiti and the corporatized graffiti in the world. This was a cafe that's like classic rock themed that I saw across the street. It's kind of neat. The big misfit skull is very intimidating as you approach. This was a park I was walking past. Again, just these gigantic snow hills always intrigue me. And I think I took a picture later, but if I didn't, I'll mention it now. My friend was showing me, oh yeah, there's a guest appearance in this episode. We're getting a friend character involved. But yeah, my friend told me that they have like officially sanctioned tobogganing hills, and city officials will come and put padding around all the trees and put up some guardrails to keep the tobogganists from hurting themselves or other people, which I thought was just lovely. I don't know, like it's just this kind of beautiful acknowledgement and maybe even a giving in to, all right, well, people are going to slide down these hills. We can't possibly stop them. We might as well just embrace it. This was a streetlight that someone had tagged. I feel like I've never seen this before, and it's kind of surprising in retrospect that I'd never seen it before. Really only feasible here because the streetlights are so much lower than they are, and they're just attached to poles on the street rather than like hanging over the intersection. This was just a cute house I saw that had all these blue accents. I thought that was cute. Man, the sky was so blue that day. Beautiful. So there's another park. I think this is after I got my boots. Yeah, this is after I got my boots. Here, let me show you my boots. Jajan! They're dirty already. Oh, I don't have something set up for this. La la la. We can do it right now. So we could not, in fact, do it right now. And I had to edit together this video because OBS crashed again. La la la. Oh well, that is just par for the course. Anyways, this is the boot I got. It's pretty cool. It's by a company called Pajar, which I think is actually based out of Montreal, which is neat. It zips up. I don't know. This really wasn't worth crashing the video over. I don't really have much to say about it. And it's already kind of dirty. So it's kind of just gross to look at. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It fits really well. The price was good. I think it was on sale even. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Don't go running out to buy it. I bought it at it's kind of like a warehousey type store. I can't even remember what it was called. The greatest travel logger strikes again with my impeccable mind for details and actionable recommendations. Anyways, so I got my boots on. I felt friggin' invincible. And I saw that there was a route that I could take back through the park. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go through the park. Here's another shot of the park. It was a big park. Hello again. OBS crashed again, and this time it didn't even tell me. So I recorded another like 10 minutes plus. And then suddenly I realized that the light on my camera wasn't on. And I was like, let me check OBS. And OBS wasn't even open. So we're gonna make the unprecedented double edit and stitch 3 things together. Oh, making videos on my laptop is such a disaster. I have to get the second monitor working, but alas, as I said, I decided to head through the park because I was feeling invincible. I'll try to still have some rousing, excited commentary, even though I just said all this stuff before. It's so frustrating. Anyways, here's the park. It's really big. I saw these tracks everywhere, and I thought, what the heck is that? Is it like a really wide snowmobile? But no, it was, of course, cross-country skiers. Looks like they were having a really nice time. It looks very relaxing, meditative almost. You just kind of glide across the snow in these long, languid trails through the park. And I saw, you know, this is where I wanted to go. Kitty corner from where I was. And I thought, alright, well, I'm supposed to follow the plowed, cleared paths around the perimeter. But I got the boots now. Got these friggin' sweet-ass boots. I'm just gonna tromp right through the middle. And I could. The boots held up perfectly. They're waterproof and pretty tall, and I was able to make it through without any coldness or breaches. But it still took a really long time because the snow was kind of deep, and it was really exhausting, and I got to about halfway through here, and I was like, what the heck am I doing? But it was, you know, I wanted to really feel the power of the boots. The boots made me feel invincible. You know how rarely you truly feel invincible? It's a wonderful feeling. But yeah, you can see lots of cross-country skiers, trail going through. This I thought was really lovely. This I kind of wish I'd taken the time to get a better picture of, maybe standing over here. But there was like kind of a frozen pond that everyone was coming out skating, and everything just kind of had this wonderful pastoral light to it. Just seeing groups of people, friends and families, coming out to the park, even in this bitter, bitter cold. As I said, it was like minus 12 at least that day. And just enjoying some winter activities. And I went on a whole tangent about this when I first tried to record this. And I think I will again, even though I really have to acknowledge this is the extremely biased view of a tourist, where you're really just kind of looking for things to confirm what you were hoping a place would be like. But it really feels like people in Montreal actually like winter and are excited to be out doing cold weather activities in the cold. Whereas in Toronto, I hear unilaterally complaining about winter, and although there are, you know, of course, like skating rinks and presumably some other outdoor winter activities if I went looking for them, it's just this general air of like resentment, depression, just wishing that 5 months would pass in an instant. And including me, you know, I'm always complaining about winter. I'm always complaining about the cold and the snow. But the air around here is very different and very infectious, that people seem to genuinely be enjoying just kind of the thrill of being out in the cold and the activities that that comes with. I was like, wow, like I wonder if I can adopt this. I wonder if I can become like a winter person. Maybe not. But it's worth remarking on. It's worth, you know, even if it's kind of illusionary and biased, I think it's worth embracing this sort of feeling. Yeah, really lovely scene. There's this big kind of lodge-looking building over here. I wasn't really sure what's going on in there, but could be anything. Could be a lot of things. This is my journey homewards. I saw this beautiful, beautiful building over here, which turned out to be a library, the Bibliothèque de la Ville de Montreal. Wonderful, wonderful building. I don't know if this is like a public library. Also, what the hell is this ad? I never noticed this before. What does that mean? What is that advertising? Okay, anyways, yeah, really lovely building. If I can get access to it, I should go check out the interior sometime. This is quite close to my Airbnb, so it wouldn't be hard. And this is even closer to my Airbnb. I guess I've been here less than a week now, but I'm always still surprised at things that go unnoticed. Like this beautiful mural with this really kind of cool contrasting jagged art technique. Which is just kind of down the street from me. Also this porch, which is the color of Miku. And then even more surprising, I never noticed this, which is literally outside my front door. There's a mural painted on these garage doors of like Ariel type mermaid lady versus or friends with octopus. No idea how I didn't notice this despite coming in and out of the door that's like literally off screen behind me dozens of times now. But it's cool. So I went home, I dropped off my shoes, and celebrated the boots, and then I was gonna go meet up with my friend for dinner. So this is journey out number 2. I saw this graffiti at the subway station, and I had no idea what it meant. Something about the Joker. This graffiti was cool too. On the outside of the building, it's all kind of like mirrored because they're doing it on the glass. This is another good graffiti moment. Jesus Christ is black. I also really like Joya. This seems like it's typoed. Isn't it with a Y? Joyeux Noel? I don't know. But Merry Christmas. And yeah, always good to see these religious billboards, and somehow comforting, even though they're often very deranged. This one isn't too bad. Just, Jesus Christ is real. Go to paradise.tv. Alright. This was a church near where I was meeting up with my friend. I got here early, so I was just kind of bumming around and killing time. Here's a Mission Cat. Timmy. Oh. I hope they find Timmy. Here is a mural I really like, and in the original attempt at recording, I talked about this for like 5 minutes perhaps. But suffice it to say, it's adorable and weirdly surrealistic. What is this relationship? It kind of looks like a painting by friggin' Hieronymus Bosch. But so cute and so wholesome. Look at how happy they are. When you see a mural this good, you think, dang, I wish I was still playing Pokemon Go so I could get it as a gift. Here's something called Olivier. So I was going to send it to my friend Olivier. I should do that after I record this video. Big fan of see friend's name and sign inform friend. And Olivier, this may shock you, is French and lives near Montreal, so hopefully we'll meet up sometime while I'm here. Shoutouts to you, Olivier. I don't think you're watching this, but whatever. This was my main goal for killing time before I met up with my friend. Marche Jean Talon, a highly recommended market, sort of like the St. Lawrence market that was out in this location. It was fantastic. Let's look inside. Here's one of the rows. I love these kind of like top lit, natural light, warm and bright, thrilling and bustling shopping streets. This kind of reminds me of Japan, but I think Japan is just emulating Europe when they do that. So this is maybe Parisian. You can see we got crepes, we got charcuterie, we got the Black Prince, and just lots of people. It was lovely to see. Here's another shot. Some really beautiful produce. No idea where they're sourcing such wonderful produce in the middle of winter, but this is just what you love to see in a market. This was a store that was selling dried mushrooms that were wild sourced. So this group, the Savage Gardens, they just go out and forage. There was a newspaper article about a giant 25 pound, I guess, 19 kilo, that broke some sort of record. Huge puffball, amazing. And to a certain someone, if you're watching this, might have gotten you a souvenir from this store. Just a little hint. It was a nice seafood place. I like this one because they had the big panorama of the water and then like nautical stuff as if you were on the boat. Pretty fantastic. Unfortunately, I wasn't really in a position to buy fresh seafood, but at some point I'm definitely going to take advantage of the really rich seafood tradition in Montreal. More produce. Just look at these friggin' onions, dude. They're glistening. They're gleaming. Amazing. Look at these tomatoes. My God. So yeah, good stuff. This was like an overhead decoration that I thought looked neat. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Here's some more of it. It's pretty cool. You can really see the market street here. They had lots of stuff to buy. I bought some fresh apple juice. I drank it all already. It was really good. And it was only like $1.50 for this. Unreal. Here's another snow mountain. These are the sorts of things I'm always taking a picture of. Here's child for scale. Some more townhouses that I thought looked nice. This is right across the street from the farmer's market. Seems like a really good place to live. This was, so I went to where I was meeting up with my friend, and I was still a little early, so I went to this, like, game store upstairs from the restaurant, and the game store itself was whatever, it was mostly Yu-Gi-Oh focused, but this hallway next to the game store gave me, like, really liminal space backroom vibes, so I took a little picture of it. This was at the grocery store next door to the restaurant. I'm gonna make it seem like my friend was running late, but it's more just that I was like super pumped and just went like an hour before we were supposed to meet up. So I was killing time again in the supermarket next door. They had rambutan! Bro, it's rambutan! Rambutan is a really tasty, lychee kind of like fruit. But I didn't know how to peel it and prepare it on my own. I've only ever had them pre-peeled by my friend's mom or from a can, obviously prepared and peeled already. Pretty sweet though. I love rambutan. So we were gonna go get banh mi's. We went to this banh mi place. This was the preparation counter. I've never had banh mi's made before me like this, like Subway, where they were kind of asking what toppings and stuff I wanted as they did it. My friend said, this is the best banh mi I've ever had. And I was like, oh, holy shit. Because I love banh mi's. And I would say right before I had this, the banh mi's I liked best were this place in Strathroy of all places that my mom found out about, because she used to live in Strathroy, that are so good she'll still sometimes drive for hours just to go get banh mi's in Strathroy. They are fantastic, and it makes no sense that such a good banh mi shop set up in a tiny little town like Strathroy in the middle of nowhere. And the other banh mi that I really, really like was this place called Squirrel House in Waterloo that unfortunately closed. So comparing this banh mi to those banh mis, it's hard to say, but it's like, this one's right here. I could go get this like 4 more times before I leave Montreal. The other ones are closed and in Strathroy. So this one wins out on a lot of categories. And it was like absolutely fantastic. My God, just looking at these ingredients now, I'm salivating. Here it is in the wrapper. We got it to go. We had a nice walk back to his place. Here's some steeples in the distance. The sun is setting. A lovely color unfolding. Here's some person. It really looks like I was taking a picture of this person, but no, I was taking a picture of this building. Lovely oxidized metal steeples. That green color is so old world and endearing somehow. Just speaks to this long, long memory encoded in the building. Here's a park we were going to walk through. Very similar to the shot I took of the other park, now that I think about it. This park was even bigger and had tons and tons of activity space. I just really like the color of the sunset here. Very hard to get a good picture though that really captures the beauty and the drama of the gradients in real life. Good little pavilion over here. There's my friend walking ahead of me a little bit because I kept stopping to take pictures. Big, big open space, somebody walking a dog, but I wasn't gonna get tricked. I wasn't gonna exhaust myself tromping through all of this again. Nice. Excellent photography. Thank you, thank you. This is like the Quebec Energy Company, the equivalent of like Ontario Hydro, but its logo is just a Q. So we kept joking about, oh, it's the QAnon building. That's where QAnon lives. That's where they're doing all the QAnon stuff. Here we are back at his apartment. Time to eat the banh mi's. He lives here with his girlfriend, who's also a friend of mine. I worded that in the most awkward way, but yeah, we all get along really well. So we had a very nice evening in. We had some banh mi's, then we had some reheated leftover pancakes they had made earlier. They shop at this zero waste place, zero waste place all the time, where you just bring in bottles and fill them up with taps and stuff. So this is just maple syrup straight from the tap. Isn't that exciting? That really appeals to me for some reason. It just tickles the imagination. And same with this yogurt. They just bring in this jar and they'll fill it up with yogurt for you. It's really tasty yogurt too. And also yogurt on pancakes kicks ass. And I have no idea why I never tried that before. Here we are, taking a selfie. I think I don't know, they're both kind of awkward because I was just doing the long arm selfie. I probably should have gotten his girlfriend to take a picture. But yeah, I wanted to show a mutual friend of ours. Hey, we made contact hanging out. I don't know if you guys know this meme, but this is like one of the worst named companies I've ever seen. Don't worry about it. Later on in the evening, we just started kind of snacking and stuff. My friend busted out. There's this restaurant they like to go to called Knuckles, which does like pasta and stuff, and their specialty dish is this, which they call the knuckle. And it's basically a fancy pizza pop, she said. And it was basically a fancy pizza pop, but it was really, really tasty. So yeah, you can buy the frozen knuckles. We just heated them up at home. Here's an inside shot of the knuckle. Delicious. Oh yeah, I meant to send this to my friend. We went out to a little local indie bodega type of place that had lots of snacks and lots of beer. I still can't get over how easy it is to buy alcohol in this province. Every store sells it. And it's really cool because it's such a great launching platform for like independent brewers and stuff. Because all they have to do is just get one, local independent stores to stock them. Oh, excuse me. So this is a brewery that I remembered a friend of mine really liking. Geez, I'm like burping, coughing, and hiccuping. Am I drunk? Anyways, yeah, my friend really likes this brewery. I meant to send it to him. I gotta. This is a good exercise, going through these pictures and really thinking about them, thinking, who else was I supposed to send these to? Anyways, I think I've had this beer before too, and I remember it being good. But this whole store was just really, really cool. The best was they had an amazing selection of cheeses. So we loaded up on some good cheeses. Oh, this was cool too. My friend got these. It's recycled malts from brewing beer, along with pine, like pine wood, fiber from pine wood, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, I've never had pine before. And, you know, I kind of meant that as like a joke. And she was like, oh, well, you gotta try, and then she said some dish I hadn't heard of while you're here. I guess it's some sort of Quebecois thing, to eat pine tree. These things were really, really good. They look like moldy, dirty old cardboard, but they're fantastic. Nice, light, crisp crunch, very subtle garlic flavor, almost like a pine flavor. Like, I don't know if I was crazy. And then that really kind of like malty, rich flavor as the undertone. Would highly recommend, but I have no idea where she bought them. I have no idea where I will buy them. Here is our little cheese spread that we got from that store. A soft cheese and 2 medium firm cheeses. They were all things I had never heard of before, but they were nothing too far away from things I'd already had. But really, really nice and tasty. And then I also loved this. They had this fig block. I think it's like fig and almond. And essentially it's just formed into a solid block. So it's the equivalent of having fig jam, but you know, a lot more manageable for charcuterie. This is good innovation. This hits. You should have red pepper jelly block too. So that was nice. This was kind of like our late night snack. And after that I headed home. I walked to the local subway stop with my friend, which is the Jari stop. I've already spoken at length about how funny this is to me. Maybe it is funny to at least someone watching. And they had these nice little paintings on the subway stuff. Just all sorts of great public art and graffiti. I talked about this before, right? That they were putting video game trivia on the subway screens, and I finally got a picture of it. And I don't know what the hell it's talking about. A message, caché in French, I think kind of can mean like secret or concealed. There is in the what? Les creatures de jeu n'étant encoded. Okay, well this is a Japanese game. Les creatures. What game? I don't see anything here that seems to be talking about the original. What original game? But it's like the programmers hid their names in the source code, I'm pretty sure. When people ask me, okay, well, how is your French? Like a lot of American people I've been talking to, coworkers and stuff, that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm actually in Montreal right now. It's like the big French-speaking city, and they're like, oh, can you speak French? And it's, oh, un peu. And then I usually say, oh, I'm like decent at reading it, and I can sometimes tell what people are saying, but speaking it is really embarrassing and tough. But then sometimes I read something, or I try to read something, and I'm like, what the fuck? I feel so exposed. There is in the... This is like years, I thought. 80 years? Is this the name of the game? Que les creatures de la jeu vidéo. This is creators, not creatures. Oh my god. I couldn't have picked a worse one to see. But I'm gonna keep my eye out and try to get pictures of these other video trivias. Anyways, okay, this is the next day. My plan for this day, I wanted to go out and find some more Asian grocery stores. Oh, man. Okay, well, there's like really kind of rare Asian snacks. I'm just laughing at myself because, like, why am I going to Montreal and all I want to do is go to Asian grocery stores? But there's certain snacks and certain foods and certain ingredients that I really like, and you know, I want to kind of like find a source of them as soon as possible, so I can just go get them as many times as I want while I'm here. And you know, that's stuff that I can't always get in Waterloo, and sometimes can't even always get in Toronto. So it's like exciting, you know. This is some big potential that exists in the city. But anyways, yeah, that's my goal. My friend had recommended a few places, so I was gonna go hit those up and just explore. I notice now there's a mural over here. I don't know if I took a better picture of this later. I can remember looking at it. And it's very, very similar to a mural we saw way, way out in another part of the city a bit ago. Do you remember? Where I was talking about how there's like this kind of weird fake facade and then fake buildings inside of the buildings with like 3D elements, and like the graffiti is like part of it, and it's crazy. Anyways, yeah, so this is the subway station that's really close to my Airbnb. This is just kind of the view around there. Some interesting looking buildings. This I thought was nice. Take what you need, and it's all stuff like forgiveness, kindness, passion, healing. Cute. I didn't take one. I don't need any of that. I'm perfect. So I think this is the area that I subwayed to at first to go find the first place. Just more streets and stuff. Lovely, lovely. I like this sweater. I think I took a picture of this so that later when I decide what kind of clothes or anything I want to buy, if anything, this one can remain in mind. This was at the Square Prince Albert. I always like stuff like this where a little cul-de-sac has just a walking path that leads to like a major shopping road. Something about that seems very cozy. Like if you live here, you have this shortcut into another part of the city that isn't going to get, you know, bogged down with like traffic and stuff. It doesn't make your road into like a through road. This was at the first Asian grocery store I went to, which was quite nice. It was very boutique-y, very independent. They didn't have a lot of stuff, but they had a lot of really specialty Japanese stuff, which I thought was cool. Like this bag of Yuzu Powder, which is $80. It was crazy. I had no idea that Yuzu zest powder would be so expensive. But I guess I'd never really seen this product before. But you can see they have like these kind of specialty candies. This is a matcha whisk for making matcha properly. Stuff like that. They also had a lot of uni. It's crazy how much uni they had, because it goes bad pretty fast. I thought about getting some, but generally I like uni the brighter it is. And this uni is just very dark orange, which in my experience has meant it to be kind of sour. I ended up talking about uni a lot with my friends last night, and we talked about our various uni experiences, what color it was, and what it tasted like. Because I feel like uni varies a whole lot depending on the origin of it and the type of sea urchin and how fresh it is. And my one friend, she said that she had uni with a pee-pee taste. So it always have a pee-pee taste. I was like, no, what are you talking about pee-pee taste? So, I don't know. Uni, you only want to get it from some place you really trust. They also just had an actual yuzu here, sitting in the freezer. Or this is just the fridge. For $10. It's crazy. Man, yuzu. People go nuts for yuzu. This was another florist in my tradition of taking pictures of florists. They had tons of orchids in the window, which I thought was interesting. Orchid specialty store, maybe. More houses. These ones I thought were cute. Just this kind of naked pine look and then a pink and white look. So there was another Asian grocery store pretty close to that one. I was gonna head from one to the other. Oh, I wanted to show this. This is an interesting little provincial quirk. when it changes to the wok, they do the countdown right from the start. So you get these really high countdowns of like a full minute. There's also so many scramble crossing opportunities where pedestrians can cross in all directions. Like, tons of intersections have them. I didn't even notice because, you know, normally you're just kind of focusing on one direction at a time. But yeah, really pedestrian-favored intersection timings, which I like. This was... Alright, so I was waiting for the bus here to take me to the other Asian grocery store. Saw this dude in a Tesla come up, back into this spot. Haha, just kidding, that's not a spot. I knew that wasn't a spot because that's where the bus is gonna go. So I kind of gave him like the stink eye. He gets out, he sees this sign, he gets back in. Now he's trying to parallel park into a spot here. He goes way too far into this lane. This guy swerves around, gives him a honk. It's like, man, am I just going to start shoving all of my negative car stereotypes onto Tesla owners? I have no problem doing that. On one side, great, you're driving an electric car. That's good for the environment. On the other hand, I hate Elon Musk with an undying passion. Yeah, so I'm gonna start clowning on Tesla owners whenever I see them. Look at this guy. Come on, dude. It's not how you parallel park. You don't swing the front of your car all the way into the other lane. This is a Salvation Army store. And I was trying to figure out what this translates into. And I still don't know. Let me know if you know. If there's ever any of these pictures where I'm like trying to mega mind my way through what it could mean in English and you know, please tell me. This was a nice church I found. Very kind of rustic, beautiful, big brickwork. The New Hope Garden. They had a little memorial garden here. Well, not right now, of course, but it's nice. I like community food gardens. It's a beautiful idea. I started going down the street that had these really charming little mushroom houses. I love these, I love these. And each one was a little different in its coloration or whatever. Here's the row of them. Here's a tree that was growing at an interesting angle. Here, there's this like Italian cafe. They had recreated Bocca della Verità, the mouth of truth. This is a little, I don't know how old it is. I think it's quite ancient. But the idea is you slide your hand into the mouth and you make some claim. And if you're telling the truth, you emerge unscathed. And if you tell a lie, the mouth bites your hand off or something. So I was like, dang, this is just a trick. Because, you know, you're never going to get your hand bitten off. So you can just go over and try to trick gullible people into thinking, yeah, well, then look at my hand, though. What am I... Anyways, yeah, they had this nice little Italian mural on the side of their patio. I thought that was cute. Here's a place called La Cheese. That's awesome. It's just La Cheese. This was a Korean corn dog place. I was getting a little hungry, so I stopped in for a Korean corn dog or two. Here was their menu. I was taking a picture of the menu. We got sausage, cheese, potatoes, bacon, churros, Doritos. What do you think I chose? And then they also had yuzu aid. And I guess I just had yuzu on the brain because when I saw that I was like, alright, that's a must. Here's another shot of their menu. So yeah, if you don't know these Korean corn dog places, the gimmick is that they just put all sorts of crazy stuff on top of it. There's another one in Waterloo, Chumcheong, which we get decently often, really tasty. And they have one that's like fried chicken stuck around the outside of the corn dog. And they had this. I thought this was cute. How long can you pull the cheese? Wow! Because yeah, I keep calling them corn dogs, but really you can get it with a variety of inners, including sausage, half cheese. This is what I always get when it's an option. All cheese, fish cake, vegan sausage. They had tofu, but I guess tofu's off the menu. So yeah, here's the ones I got. I just ate it on the bench outside. I got the Doritos one and the one that was rice and seaweed. There's my yuzu aid. It was very tasty. The yuzu aid was so sour and so bitter though. I was really surprised. I thought they would have like sweetened it up. Like it definitely had that unmistakable, unique yuzu taste, but I've had just like fresh yuzu juice, like pure yuzu juice, and it was a lot sweeter than this. So I don't know if it's like combined with lemon or something, and then zero sugar. But it was kind of, it was a nice contrast to the dogs, but dang, I had a hard time getting through it. This is the inside of the kebab dog. There's rice and seaweed, and this was fantastic. The Doritos one was, you know, what you would expect, which is disgustingly delicious, but this one was like just legit, like good food. Here's another florist. This one is really dazzling. Here's a big overpass that I walked over. I like this old church. Thought about this church has watched this entire thing build up. It's kind of crazy. I just noticed there's some crosseur. What does that mean? Like traitor maybe? They don't like this guy. This was some sort of like gated community or something. I couldn't really tell. Like you could just walk through, but cars not allowed. And I thought about investigating, but it was getting kind of late. I was getting kind of tired, and the subway station was right here. Oh yeah, so I had gone to the other Korean grocery store at some point too. I guess I missed that exciting step, and then I just decided to walk from there to a subway station because it looked like there's a lot of interesting stuff in between on the map, which is the stuff we just saw. There's this place called Monkland Village, really lovely. The subway station here had this really wonderful like retro motif everywhere. These colors speak to me of something that would be like retro to my parents' generation in a really endearing way. I don't know, I just really liked the color scheme. I really liked how it was decorated. Took quite a few shots of this zone. Just love these big open spaces you get in subway stations sometimes. This is a Holocaust Museum that I guess is in Montreal. I never thought to look at the hours here, but I might go see this. I was about to say I'm a Holocaust fan, which is terrible, but you know what I mean. I find it very affecting, and it's a powerful, powerful experience to be in contact with artifacts from that and to kind of touch into the living history of it in some way. And there's a big Jewish population in Montreal, so I guess it makes sense that they would have something like this. Then I got home and I felt really lazy, so I ordered delivery. There's this delivery service called Chef on Call. I talked about this before, that they have a Waterloo location, but the OG one was in Montreal, so I was like, I gotta get it. I got one of their classic milkshakes. Their milkshakes are fantastic. Got a burger, comes with curly fries. Got the mayo dip. Yeah, it was good. It was a good meal. I was playing double Wordle this morning and I got really stuck. So I was like, help. I asked my friend for help. Can you tell what it is, viewers at home? He had to give me a hint. His hint was, it's something to do with a British supermodel. This is another game he showed me. I also got stuck here. You have to put the words in, you have to do like a binary search. So these are all words I've guessed, and it tells me if the word I'm looking for is after or before. What was it? Lilt. Lilt. So I was reporting to my friend. Again, I had to try to ask my friend for help. Then for lunch today, I had this salmon pie. This is like a Quebecois thing. It was good. I didn't eat the whole thing. I ate about half of it. I'll have the rest later. But yeah, I just found this in the supermarket, and I was like, what the hell? It's salmon pie? But it's pretty friggin' tasty. And that's it. I'm probably going to go out again tonight with my friends for dinner. So I'll probably take some more pictures then. But I thought, this is a good opportunity, and I felt like it, and there was 2 recording disasters, but this time we got through the rest of it. Thank you for joining me. Please look forward to more.